when you was building your brand, who was the team players? How did you pick your team? Are the people that you need? How did you build your infrastructure to build the brand that it became today from the ground level?
I like this question. So it's funny where my brain went. The first thing that mattered to me is that I had no team for as long as humanly possible. I think, let me rephrase. I got lucky because the world of building a brand on the internet happened when I was grown. I was 30 years old before I ever made a video in my life. Mm-hmm. These kids don't have that opportunity. Every 13-year-old is now thinking about that day one. Every human that is under 20 years old right now is actively being a human and being the PR person of themselves. Mm-hmm. They live in a different world than we grew up in. So for me, I got lucky. And I don't like throwing around that word because that's what losing players try to throw at winners. So mm-hmm. I use luck. Yes. I use luck very carefully. But I did get fortunate, lucky, that all this popped off when I really knew who I was. And things really didn't start happening to me until like 35, 38, 39. I was grown. And when I started realizing something was happening, first I did wine videos, then I did business. What was most important to me is I wanted to be in the dirt on everything. I didn't want to start hiring people, doing shit I didn't know how to do, because I knew that I wouldn't know how to judge them if I hadn't done it. Mm-hmm. And I learned that in my dad's liquor store. The reason I was a killer and built a huge business was I made ice, I stocked shelves, I worked the register. There was not one thing that anybody that worked for me was doing that I hadn't done. And so when I was building my brand, when I realized, wait a minute, something's happening, this GaryVee thing can pop off. Before I get everybody else to like come and team up with me, I want to understand first me, what the fuck do I give a fuck about? Because just I want to be famous and make money is not like, that's something that you do, but it's not who you are. And first I want to understand like, why is this all happening? So a lot of why talk. And then the way I started building my team was hiring people to do shit that I wasn't good at or I didn't want to do. First person I ever had to join me in my life was an admin.
Administrator.
That's right, because I had no fucking clue how to manage my time. Like I was saying yes to everything, and then like 9 people would show up at the same place and be like, I have a meeting with you. I'd be like, fuck, because I didn't write shit down. It was all in a dome, and I was good at it until it got so big. Literally no bullshit. 3 people would show up because I was building my brand at my dad's liquor store, and then kind of started to come over in New York, Jersey, New York, doing my thing. Literally one day, 3 people showed up on the same day, and they're like, yo, I've got a meeting, yo, I got a meeting, yo, I got a meeting. And I remember I'm like, I'm losing. Because I'm very compassionate and empathetic, and what I was most upset about was like, I don't want these people to feel like I'm big timing them. It's why I hate being late. Mm-hmm. Especially, back then I was just on the come up, especially now, where I got a little something, I know what people are thinking, that I think my time is more valuable than theirs. So my biggest anxiety is being like 2 minutes late to a Zoom or something, because I hate that feeling. Anyway, regardless, first admin, because I had to organize my shit. And then I just needed someone to like help me. Andy K, who's doing my VFriends thing with me right now, came in as an intern and was to help me with my book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. And I saw he had a little something, and I was like, wait a minute, maybe I could do something. And I was like, you know what, I gotta make more content. And I started putting a little team together. Andy, then D-Rock came, India, Steve Unwin, Zach Moy, Tyler, like it just started happening. And so early on, it was somebody filming whatever I was doing, like Dustin's doing now. At the time, it was a show, like the Ask Gary Vee show. Like, I'll do a show on YouTube and put it out, and you guys and gals need to put it on YouTube, record it and put it on YouTube, and record it and put it on a podcast. And then it started building, and then Instagram got more important. We started thinking about how to be great at Instagram, how to be great at it all. I was always doing me on Twitter. I was always doing the tween. I was always replying because I wanted to be in the trenches, in the dirt. And so after admin, it became people to scale what I wanted to put in the world, the production team behind me living my life, which then culminated in them literally following me 24/7 and filming me. I did Daily V for 5 years. That really took me to a different place. And so we keep building. I keep thinking about, what am I not good at? What don't I like? When you start making paper and you can start deploying it, because the first 7-8 years of Wine Library TV and my brand, I didn't have the money to build a team.
Yeah.
So I'm all strategist. I want to do everything, and seem like it was also I couldn't afford it.
I had a
Once you start affording it, everyone, where you got a little bit of paper, the biggest mistake people that start to pop off, get a brand deal, is they want the money to buy like a this and a this. What they should be doing is taking that money early on and hiring the people to help them do what they do great and to scale them. The kid that makes 200,000, which is a ton of money, year one when they popped, whatever it is, ads from TikTok and YouTube or a brand deal or whatever, speaking or whatever it is, that kid that goes from 0 to 200K, he or she, don't forget it's 100K after taxes or 130 or whatever it is, he or she always levels up lifestyle before they level up organization. That kid needs to realize, no, at that 130, let me get in a 40K employee, because that 130 can be 390 next year. But what they do is they buy shit. They buy shit. And I don't, listen, especially knowing your story, I grew up in very humble surroundings. I know all those kids. I was in that. I get when you never had it. The fucking thirst for it. I get it. My thing is, you can have more of it if you can hold your breath.
12 more months.
12, I love you for that.
But
another 12 months, double it up. Another 12 months, triple up. Like, there's like, I said something once in one talk, I've never repeated it, but I'm gonna repeat it. There was some sort of thing and they're like, kid was like, I want a Porsche. I'm like, and it was talented. I was like, bro, you could buy the whole Porsche company. But the quickest way that won't happen is you focusing on buying just one Porsche right now. People take chips off the table too soon, Marlon.
That's major.
And by the way, then that gets me into the real major shit. Why? Because they want to flex on someone.
Flexing is everything.
Because that girl broke up with him, and so now he's going to show he's paid and she fucked up. Right? Because his teacher said he was going to be a garbage man, and he's like, yo, fuck you, Mrs. Thompson. Because his daddy said, you ain't never going to amount to nothing just like me. And he's like, nah, dad, fuck you. Look at my Beamer. I get it. It's real. But it doesn't make it right. And this is why I love the world we live in. Us two, we didn't have platforms 30 years ago.
Fuck no.
Ain't no producers or Hollywood or the establishment putting us on to have 1 million people watch.
No.
But now us two, because of we earned our audience, and the internet is democratized over the next however amount of time, millions of people over the next decade will watch this video. And one kid is gonna hear one thing out of our mouths knowing us, and she or he's gonna be like, bet. And
that's all they
need. That's why church mattered. That's why parenting mattered. That's why scripture mattered. Like, it's all communication. And I continue to be compelled to do shit like this for one fucking person on the other side of these cameras to be like, actually, that's right. Fuck it. That's what I'm doing. And then getting the emails in the DMs or in the street and saying, thank you. I live for that shit. I love that shit. And I'm happy to be with you because you do that shit as well, which is why, I don't know if I've ever answered a text faster than the other day when you hit me. I walked out of a board meeting. I walked out of a fucking board meeting. I'm like, yo. And he's like, can we chop it up? I'm like, cool, you podcast? I'm like, 100%. So thank you for having me.
Now, what's the importance of diversifying your content?
I love you for that. Clearly, maybe I've been a little bit loud about this last 60 days. I'm writing a new book next year. It's gonna be called Day Trading Attention. So I've been in it, trying to teach everybody how to win on every platform, TikTok, YouTube, because social media is the current place where attention is. If the metaverse comes, I'll be telling you what to do in those fucking headsets. I don't care where attention is. Cable TV 20 years ago, I'd be writing books like Cable TV. 40 years ago, regular TV, regular TV. 80 years ago, radio, how to hack radio. I just want to know where the attention is. Spotify rap caviar is important today. It used to be called TRL. It used to be called The Source. It used to be like, Hot 97, I don't give a fuck. I'm agnostic to what platform has the attention. I just want to figure out where it is and want to be great at it. I don't hear social media, I hear TikTok. And then I double click. TikTok regular post, TikTok live, different. I don't hear LinkedIn, not just where you put your resume. No, I hear that's a social network, double click. There's regular posts, there's video, there's written word, there's pictures. This is science, it's skill. So diversifying content is the #1 reason that the person on the other side of this video right now is not popping off like he wants to. People get stuck in ruts. They got something that worked for them or they're comfortable with, and they're posting the same shit they posted 5 years ago on Instagram, even though a ton of people are now on TikTok and Instagram, so there's less, it's different. And we've already seen all that shit from you, and they get tired. We all grew up with shit that was hot as fuck, and then 3 years later it was less hot because we got it. That's why Madonna was a beast. She was like, oh, I got you for 4 years. Now I'm a material girl. Now let me go on a cross and some I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna be Vogue. And she just kept mixing it the fuck up.
Remixing,
right?
kept
Right?
remixing.
We understand. And by the way, we see that all the time. Like, there's the people that have one pitch and they're hot for 3 years and we never heard about them again, right? And then there's people that are fucking icons. Why? Because they diversified their content.